Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Chris here, and it is that time of the year. I've got to go through all of my whiskey bottles here and tip them upside down so the corks stay moist still, so they don't dry out on me. So it's kind of a big process now. It was a lot easier about a year and a half to 2 years ago when I didn't have so many bottles, but this is what we are looking at. This is where most of my stuff is. Not all of it, but most of it. So, yeah, these are some of my comic books here. You can see these are my sample bottles here, getting ready for you guys for box number 1 to be shipped out to you guys. Not sure if this video will be out before or after these bottles are shipped out, but we've got 2 more here that we need to do reviews on, and then someone is going to win this sample box of whiskey. So this is kind of what the box will look like with all the booze in it. So yeah, we got some good stuff in here already, so stay tuned for that. So there is probably about 550 or 570 bottles in here that we have to go through. Fortunately, some of them here you can see are screw caps, so we don't have to worry about those at all. But you know, most of them have corks to them, so they all need to be tipped and moisturized. So we definitely do not want dry corks and breakage going on there. So anyway, that is kind of what we are going to be doing here in a video, and then we still have to do these ones here, but these ones here are regularly looked at and used and poured and stuff like that. So not too worried about these ones, but we'll go through these as well. And while we do all of this, I will show you everything that I have up until this moment. So yeah, you guys will be able to see all the new stuff that I brought out, all the new things that we have, and yeah. So looking forward to doing that with you guys. And yeah, that's just a little tour of the basement here. This is, I might as well show you here quickly. Here's my drums, some of my guitars here in the library. Yeah. I've got these here for a really good deal today. The MLCC was blowing these guys out. These are bottles of Peat Monster, so I picked them all up for my friends in my whiskey club. So we're all meeting up on Wednesday. It's Monday today, and at our Irish whiskey meeting, and I will be getting those to them. So yeah, this is an airplane. I actually had a job offer to go and fly for this exact squadron too, so would have been a lot of fun. But my dad, my wife didn't want me to go. This here is my buddy Richie. Well, I don't know Richie Cunningham, but I know Willie Driscoll, and this was their airplane, and this is when they became an ace in the Vietnam War, and that is Colonel Tone, the last plane they shot down before they were actually shot down themselves by a SAM. Yeah, these are some of the badges friends of mine have given me. I'm always looking for more of these cool military badges, so if anybody's in the military and would like to donate any of these, I'd be more than happy to take them and review them and show them off. And this is just under the stairs. This is my messy office for now. This is where my wine is. It's the bathroom down here, and yeah, you've seen all this here before. This is my some of my flying career here. I'm sure I've shown this to you guys here before. Propeller from one of my airplanes, actually this exact airplane right here, a little Cherokee 140. These are some of the badges that some of my Canadian buddies gave me, and Germans, and Greeks and even some Danish ones here. And my family's from Denmark, so those ones are really, really cool to me. And I knew a couple of guys when I lived in California that flew the F-14. I don't remember their names, but I know we used to kind of hang out and have fun together. These are some of the awards that I've won here for my photography. My wife likes me to have them out. I'm a little not much of a braggy kind of guy, but she says I need to have them out. So these are some of my favorite types of racing here. This is Formula One and Le Mans, and then the Mille Miglia, and then of course James Bond. And then this is where we kind of hang out. I just had a meeting in here yesterday, so it's a little messy in here. Clients went through all the albums. I just haven't put them all back yet, but this is kind of where I meet everybody down here, and we go over their wedding ideas and planning and that kind of stuff. And yeah, so some of the photos that I've shot, and yeah, so that's about it. This is kind of the basement. It's not much, but it's home. But anyway, stay tuned for all this wacky, fun stuff coming up here. We're going to be going through all this booze here together. We're going to be sampling quite a bit of this as well in the future. So there'll be lots more dram bottles here for you guys to own yourselves too. So, and for a chance to win any and all of this stuff here, all you got to do is like and subscribe to the channel, and yeah, and away we go. I might even be able to get some swag here. I'm hoping I can get some swag from some of these, distilleries, or some of the reps and everything like that, and I could pass that right along to you guys as well, just for saying thanks for watching and subscribing. So, anyway, thanks again. Hope you like that. A little bit of a insider tour, I guess, of everything in here. This used to be my comic book room, and these shelves here were all custom built, and they had like long boxes on them, but it just got so out of hand. So this is all I've got left for comics here. Still come a bit of a comic nerd. That's okay. But now they are perfect for holding these awesome things. So yeah, and there's some empty sample bottles here that will be filled up and sent off to you guys. But yeah, anyway, rambling on here too long. Please like and subscribe. Appreciate everything, guys, and we will talk to you real soon. One more quickly. This is the first time I met Stanley. I was with my brother, so met him in Calgary. I'll tell a story about that on another video of my time with Stan the Man Lee. But anyway, thanks again. We'll talk to you soon, and have yourselves a really great day. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Chris here, and today we are on shelf number 4. This is, I would say, just over half is bourbon and the other half is rum. So yeah, so I thought I'd bring the bourbon out first, and then we'll work on the rum. We're going to be moisturizing the corks today. Once again, it's that time of the year. So what I do is, if this is the first time you've seen it, once a year I lay the bottles down onto their sides, and for a few minutes, not very long, just a few minutes, just to moisturize the corks, to kind of keep them still in really good condition. That way they don't dry out, and then you have some serious issues with your scotch or bourbons or whiskeys or whatever later on, with either oxidization or the cork just coming apart on you when you open it up.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And that's another reason why I always keep the corks. Like, once the bottle's done, I get rid of the bottle, but I keep the cork, because you never know. Like, I've never had it happen yet, but I've heard it happen to a few of my friends, that the cork just kind of fell apart when they were opening it up. Cocksucker! And I said, well, don't you keep extra corks? And they're like, no, we don't. We had to tape it. So I said, no, just always keep an extra cork, like when you're done with your bottles, and then you might be able to find one that fits, and then that'll go into the top, and then you can still maintain your whiskey or whatever. And they're like, holy cow, that's actually a really good idea. So yeah, I keep all my corks, because you never know. It hasn't happened to me yet, knock on wood, but you never know. It's prevention measure. So you always leave yourself a way out. Just like when you're a bush pilot or just a regular pilot, you know, you always leave yourself a way out. You know, something goes wrong, you don't even have to think about it. So it's not saving a life when you're you know, saving corks, but it sure came in handy a few times when I was flying. I've had you know, engine failures on takeoff in the mountains at night. I don't know, been hijacked, been shot at. I've had people try to open the door in flight, which really nothing ever happened. Thankfully, I didn't open the emergency exit door. All kinds of wacky stuff. But those are stories for another day. Anyway, let's get on with these guys here. It's probably going to be a long video because we've got quite a few bourbons that we've got to go through. This is the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. Had this one here for a few years. Most of these bottles I've had for quite a while. This is an Elijah Craig small batch. And a Russell Reserve 10-year-old. And here's an Evan and Williams bottled in bond. This looks like it's got a screw cap, so we don't have to lie that one down. So I'll just put this off to the side. Put it on the ground here. Here is a Redemption bourbon. Oh, here's another Russell's Reserve 10-year-old. They were blowing this out at the LC a few years ago, just getting rid of it. I've never had it before, but I heard it's supposed to be pretty good. So, yeah. This is a 1792 small batch. You can see the different color of collar there. This is the 1792 full proof. Here's a couple more 1792 full proofs. You can see the label here for the MLCC will be a little different than the label here for the MLCC. This is to celebrate our 100 years. So, so it came out of a different barrel. So I'm just wondering if it tastes any different. Not sure. And this is a 1792 single barrel. So, well, got a lot of 1792 here. Apparently I like the stuff. I've never had any of it before. I've had the small batch and it was nice, but I haven't opened any of the full proof or the single barrel yet. So those all came out for spirit release. So yeah, haven't opened those ones yet. This is a minor case. Heard this is supposed to be pretty decent. I'm not 100% sure. It was on sale, and I picked it up at Craft Cellars when my buddy Dan and I went when we were out on our booze cruise in Calgary. Here is a bottle of Jim Beam Devil's Cut. Not sure if I know anything about this one. I just picked it up because it was on sale. But you can see it's got a screw cap here, so we don't need to lie that down. So I'm just going to put this on the floor just to save space on the bar. And same with this Gentleman Jack. It's got a screw cap on it as well. Yeah, all those were on sale. The Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, they were blowing completely out. And the Devil's Cut and the Gentleman Jack, those were all on sale at the MLCC. So I thought, well, why the heck not, eh? I'll pick one up. Same with this Larceny. It was on sale here too in Winnipeg. So I thought I would get it and pick it up. Not sure if this is a screw cap or not. I don't think it is. So I'll lay this one down. This guy here, this Garrison Brothers, I picked this one up here as well at our booze cruise there to Calgary there with Dan, and apparently this one here is quite a good bottle and fairly limited release. This particular one here of the Garrison Brothers. Buddy there at the shop, he was saying that he brought a bottle out and all of his friends were like, where in the heck did you get this? This is really, really good stuff. So on his referral, I thought I would pick one up. It wasn't cheap by any stretch of the imagination, but it sounds really, really good. Yeah, I'll show you this Eagle Rare. This is these all came out for spirit release, and you can see this one here is a little different than the other two, and I'm not sure if you can tell a difference. I'll let you look here first. So there's that one, and these two here are the same. There, can you see it now? There's no 10-year-old on the front of this one here. This is an older version. This one here I got probably about 3 years ago at Spirit Release. And this one here and the other one over there, I picked up over the span of a year of the Spirit Release. So I got one at our winter and one on our summer Spirit Release. So yeah, so it's just an older bottle, but I don't know if the bourbon inside has changed. That I'm not sure of. So if you guys know, let me know. Here's a Blanton's here that I picked up at a Spirit Release. This is the original single barrel, it says here. This one was made here specifically for the MLCC. It comes out, it's got a little bag on it. And then there you go. See, it says specifically for our 100 year. This one came out in the winter of 2023. Was it? Spring. No, it was winter. Was it 2022? I don't know. I think this was for last year, but I don't know if don't remember if it was spring or the winter one. But anyway, it was brought out to celebrate the liquor store's 100 year anniversary. So Yeah. Lie that one down. This one here is the Jack Daniels. They brought out a single barrel, and this is the personal collection. And this was brought out to celebrate the Manitoba liquor stores, and I believe it was the 100th anniversary as well, I think. So I believe, but it doesn't have a sticker on it. It just has this little tag, so it might not have been for the 100th. I'm not 100% sure. This here is the Yellowstone bourbon. I was kind of on the fence about this one. Tried it at the liquor store, and it was actually really quite nice. And then it came on sale for like $15 off. So I thought, well, it's a pretty good time to pick it up. So because I was kind of on the fence about getting it in the first place, because it was like $69 Canadian. And then it went on for $56, I think it was. So I thought, well, I'll pick it up for that. Here's a Michter's Kentucky Straight Rye. We had a whole bunch of Michter's at our bourbon and barbecue, and they were all really good. So it kind of spurred me on to picking these up. I was kind of on the fence about getting them, but then we tried a bunch of them, and they were all really, really, really good. I was really, really quite impressed with how smooth they were. Here's an Old Grandad. This just came out to our liquor store here. This is just a really kind of a cheap bottle, but I'm not sure. I mean, it could be good, but it's got a screw cap, so I'll just put it off to the side here. But yeah, it was really, really, really inexpensive. Here's a Jack Daniels Bonded. Put that one down to the side here as well. And an Old Forester. Put that one down here. And the last one we have on the bar right now is the Templeton Rye. And this came out for our Whiskey Fest a couple years ago. So there you go. That's what we've got here so far. I am going to clean all this up. I'm going to let it sit here for a couple more minutes, and start putting it all away, and then I will get out the next batch of bourbon here to show you. So yeah, it's just kind of maintenance day there in the cellar. So I do this once a year, and I thought, why not show you guys what I've got? So hope that's all right, and I'll be right back with some more bourbon. Take care.
What's wrong with reading books?
Nothing wrong with reading books, but there's only one book that counts, Julian. It's the Bible. It says to help your friends.
Does it say anything about you ripping off insurance companies, pretending you're in a wheelchair, and then getting caught drunk, dancing with a hose, making porn flicks? Huh? Anything in your book about that, Ray?
It's open to interpretation, Julian. It's the Bible.
Hey everybody, I am back. I think this is... no, it's not. I was going to say, I think this is all the bourbon I've got, but it's not. I've got a few other bottles, but they're kind of on the other side, in the overflow storage, if I have doubles of stuff. I put them into kind of like an overflow, so I keep a single bottle in each shelf, and then if I've got extras like this E.H. Taylor small batch, these are two of them here. I'm not sure how they both ended up on the same shelf, but I've got the other ones sitting on an overflow shelf. So yeah, so I might as well start with the E.H. Taylor. Like, I got a bunch of Blantons down there, but I have one sitting right here in the bar, so that's why they're kind of in the overflow. So you see a mixture of scotch and bourbons and whiskeys and stuff like that coming out after I gotta go through everything. So stay tuned for that. But this is the E.H. Taylor small batch. This comes out every year, usually every year, for our spirit release. So not every year I pick one up, but once in a while I'll grab an extra one just for the fun of it. So yeah, they usually have like 6 bottles per store, and not every store partakes in spirit release. So yeah, so you kind of got to know where you're going when it comes to spirit release here. This is the same one. This is a small batch, so I'm just going to lie that one down here as well. This is the Rabbit Hole, finished in PX sherry casks. I've heard good things about this one. I haven't tried it yet, but I was at the LC, and the PC guy there was going on and on about it. It was brand new, and he said it was really, really good. And I'm always up for trying really, really good stuff. So why not, eh? This is a Four Roses bourbon. Just the basic Four Roses. Nothing too spectacular about it. This is a Knob Creek smoked maple. What I'm thinking about doing is trading in a couple of bottles and taking them back to the LC. This is one of them, I think, that I'll be taking back, just because I don't know if I'll ever drink it or not. And then exchange it for a bigger and better bottle. I'm thinking Lefroy Lore. So exchange 2 or 3 bottles, and then pick up the Lore. So I think kind of that's the plan. This is the Angel's Envy. This came out for spirit release a couple years ago, but now it is a permanent resident on the liquor shelf, so we can get this anytime. This came out here for spirit release, and it was in the box that I'd bought, and then they had little samples and stuff like that with it, and I thought, well, that doesn't taste too bad. So kind of happy I had the big bottle, but now I don't think I'll ever drink this stuff, and we don't have it anymore at the LC, so I can't even take it back. But it is actually not too bad. It's yeah, it's really, really, really spicy. So if you like spicy stuff, it's actually not too bad. But I don't know if I'll ever drink it or not, so we'll see. I might just give it away for a prize or something like that. Well, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with it. This is the Basil Hayden Toast. This came out limited here at the LC. We got a whole bunch more now, but it's been gone for quite a while from our liquor store. I think I got this about 3 years ago, and or 2 or 3 years ago, whatever it was. Whenever it came out, and yeah, so I picked up 2 bottles because I heard it was supposed to be really, really, really nice stuff. I haven't opened it yet, but I will. And but yeah, happy to have those ones. Here is another Michter's. This is the American whiskey. And the Piggyback 6-year-old. This came out for Whiskey Fest, but now I think it's a permanent resident, I believe. This was a couple years ago that came out, and but now I think we can just get this anytime. But I've had the Piggyback 10-year-old sitting on the shelf there in the bar, and it's actually really nice stuff too. But boy, has it ever gone up since I bought it. It's been like, wow. Yeah, it's jumped up in price quite a bit. This is the other one here. I might be returning the regular Knob Creek 9-year-old. I'm sure it's probably really, really good. But I think a bottle of Lefroy Glore would be better. So, yeah. This is an old tub that we brought in last year. We had this with our bourbon and barbecue, and it was kind of one of our starters. And everyone was blown away about how good it actually was, you know. It's really, really, really decent. So I totally wasn't going to get a bottle of it, but after trying it, god damn, that is really nice stuff. And with our bourbon and barbecue we had at my place last year, our starting drink was this Wild Turkey 101, which is really, really, really nice just on its own. But what Joel is doing, he's our bartender here in our club. He always sets up special drinks and stuff to start the evening off with. He was making it with Mountain Dew, and he was calling it a turkey dew. And on a hot day, holy crap, is that ever good? I would never have thought Mountain Dew and Wild Turkey 101 would ever go together. But boy, does it ever go together. You should try it out. It's called a turkey dew, and it is really, really, really good, especially on a nice hot day. Boy, is it ever refreshing.
Hobby like mine, Bubs.
Hobby? What's your hobby, right?
Drinking.
Everybody was raving about it. It was just, he was making them like crazy. I think he went through the whole bottle, just making turkey dews for people. This came out here for our spirit release last year, and that was for our winter one, I believe. But we went to our local cigar bar, Thomas Hines here in Winnipeg, and they had the Maker's Mark and the Basil Hayden rep there, and so we're trying all kinds of stuff, and this was brand new to the market at the time. You can see here 2023 in March, and so we were trying all kinds of different Maker's Mark and Basil Hayden, and then he had this one here. He says, yeah, this is coming out, and it's coming into for spirit release this week, and you guys should check it out. So we're all able to try it, and wow, was it ever nice. It was really, really, really nice. Everybody was really, really quite impressed with it. So yeah, it was a pretty easy decision to pick up a cask strength version of Maker's Mark. This is the Jim Beam single barrel, and I have a bottle of this opened already. A little different, but it's the same kind of a single barrel kind of thing, and it's actually really quite nice. This one here, I think this is a screw cap, but I'm not 100% sure. It might be, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell, so I'll lay it down on the side. But this is the other Jim Beam single barrel, and this is actually really, really, really quite nice. But this is a screw cap here. You can see that. So, but I'm not sure about this one. It might be, but just in case. But yeah, this is really, really nice. So it's a little different bottle than this, so it's probably totally different bourbon in there. But it's still 95 proof. This is 108 proof. So yeah, I'm sure this is probably really quite nice too. So looking forward to trying that one out. And these ones here, these came out for our spirit release back in 2020. And this was Maker's Mark, and it was made specifically for the MLCC. And these were actually really, really good. It came in a little box. This is during the whole COVID thing, so we couldn't have... this was for Whisky Fest. Whisky Fest normally in public, so we all got little boxes, and then it had a little virtual code in there, and then you went online and kind of did it that way. And it was actually really cool. It was really well done. And truth be told, I think it's a little more fun than a regular whiskey fest because you're in the privacy of your own home with your friends and stuff like that. And you're not around a whole bunch of drunken idiots, that there's some people there, most of the people are really, really, really good. Like really good. And they're there to try the whiskey and have a really great evening of it. And they're not looking at getting all liquored up. But there's probably 25% of the people that show up there, and they're just looking to get drunk, and they're obnoxious, and they're loud, and they have no idea what the heck they're talking about, but hey, I can afford a $300 ticket, so I have money, which $300 for a ticket is really nothing, but they, they just make complete asses of themselves, and it can be not a whole lot of fun being there when you got people like that there. So when these came out, this is number 5. Is this number? What is this one here? This is number 4. The first one you saw was number 5. So you can see it has different staves to it, different tasting profiles. I'll show you them side by side. And this was really, really, really good. Like really, really nice. So we polished off those bottles, and I was lucky enough to be able to pick up another set of each. So I was really happy about that. And so they've been sitting here for about 4 years now, or close to 4 years. And but boy, is they ever good inside. Like what they've got inside is really, really, really nice. But yeah, Whiskey Fest is always fun. But yeah, it's just, I mean, Wine Fest is really good too. And yeah, there's a lot of drunk people running around and everything like that, but it's still just as bad, but it's not as bad as the Whiskey Fest for some reason. The Whiskey Fest, some of them just get really, really liquored up. And that's not the point of being there. And in my opinion, I guess you could do whatever you want if you're paying for the ticket and everything like that. But you're just making an ass of yourself, in public. And you're ruining the fun for a lot of other people that are there that are, interested in listening to what the reps are saying and tasting whiskeys and stuff like that. And then, people pushing past you and trying to push you out of the way so they can get, the booze and stuff like that. And they're just slobbering and sweaty and just, it's not very couth. But the way they had it there for the virtual one was really, really, really well done. You went and picked out what you wanted. You bought your bottles, and away you went, kind of thing. And it was really, really cool. I find that most of the Whiskey Fests now that we bring in here to Winnipeg, I've got probably 85 to 90% of the liquor that they're serving at Whiskey Fest. So we just kind of, a bunch of us in our whiskey club, we just kind of do our own thing now, just kind of avoid the drunks and between all of us, we pretty much have everything and more that Whiskey Fest can bring in. And like I said, myself alone has 85 to 90% of the stuff that they bring in. So there's really no point in me being there other than, just kind of being there and, seeing old friends and meeting new people and new contacts and stuff like that. So, but it is a good time though. I do enjoy myself there. So it is a lot of fun. But I just found over the years, it's just been getting more, just more obnoxious drunks there, So I think they've got to kind of try to put a cap on that somehow. I don't know how you can control that though. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, back to what we got here. This is a Woodford Reserve, and this is the I think this is the Distiller's Select. Get that guy. And then we we've got the Kentucky Straight Wheat Whiskey, or Woodford Reserve. I've always really enjoyed Woodford Reserve. It's always been really really nice. And this one here is the Kentucky Straight Malt whiskey. Yeah, it's good stuff. The one they brought out here for our spirit release, was this guy here, and this is the Woodford Reserve. This is 1 liter. Such a cheap price for this thing, and oh my god, is this ever good. Like, this was just one evening of sitting there with my buddy Dan. That was amazing. And then this is the Buffalo Trace. This was just one evening of sitting there with my buddy Dan. They brought out, but it was brought out specifically for the MLCC here to celebrate their 100th. And this was one evening. I had 2 bottles. I was smart enough to buy 2 bottles, and was happy about that. And then Dan was like, "Oh my god, this is so good. This is one of the best bourbons I've had. Really missed out on this." And I said, "Well, I do have an extra bottle if you want one." And he's like, "Yep, totally want it." I said, "All right, there you go." So I gave it to him, and he was super happy. And that was after our first 1 or 2 glasses out of that, like maybe an ounce each out of it, and then we ended up drinking quite a bit more of it. But by that point, I'd already given him the bottle, so. But that's okay. I'm happy he's got it, because I know where I can go in and have some more if I want. But that was really nice. I'll make sure you guys get a sample of that before it's all gone too, because that barrel that they picked, they did a really good job of picking that one out. That was a really nice bottle. Same with that Woodford Reserve there. That was a really good bottle. This came out for spirit release. This is the Remus Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This is the Repal Reserve. So yeah, so this came out for spirit release year and a half ago, maybe. Yeah. Let's sit there. Yeah. And then this one here. I'm sure you've seen that one sitting on the bar. This came out for spirit release last spring. So you can see it's got the 100-year anniversary stamp on it, and there you go. So they had I think 3 bottles in the store. Yeah, I think it was 3 bottles they had, and then I think one store had 6. And then the other ones all had 3, but not every liquor store had a bottle, like most of them didn't. So fortunately for me, I was number 1. So I was able to get in there and got my bottle of Stag Junior, and super happy about that. So, but I don't know, like, I've seen people selling this like super easy. Guys are like, "I'll give you $350 US for this right now." And so I mean, I've got some bottles here that are worth some money too. So I'm gonna find a safer spot for this thing to lie it down. There we go. I think that's better. And so I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to open it and drink it and enjoy it and share it with my friends, or if I'm going to sell it. I don't know. I've never sold booze before, so I don't know. I've never really bought this kind of stuff for an investment, and I've got a video coming up there about that. Buying whiskey and cigars and rum and spirits and stuff like that for investment, and if it's really worth it. It's my own opinion. what I invest in is completely different than this kind of stuff. I know people that do invest in this. My investments are much different than this, and I don't have to go and chase people or try to negotiate with people about trying to make a few dollars on a bottle. So yeah, so I don't know, like, it's you certainly can make money on it. I know some guys that make good money reselling whiskey and stuff in secondary, but boy, do they ever hustle to make that. My approach to making money is a lot easier, but that's just me though. But I will do a video though, if just my opinion and what I've seen in the industry, and the, you know, the amount of booze that I have and cigars that I have, and ones that have gone up, you know, in value. That, I mean, you can buy it and then flip it that day for, you know, 3 to 4 times what you paid for it, quite easily, and you'd have a lot of people lining up wanting it. Anyway, I'll do a video on that for sure. That's coming up. It's already kind of in the works. And but yeah, I think that's the end part here on shelf 4 of the bourbon. I will now put out continue on shelf 4, and I'll bring out all the different rums that I have here. So stay tuned for that, and we'll be right back. Thanks.
2 hours later.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Chris here, and this is the rum that I have in my cellar. I think this is all the rum I have. Wait, got one more. My most recent acquisition was at the LC, looking at picking up a new bottle of rum, because I haven't bought rum in a while, and kind of talking to the guy, and this was on sale, and he's like, you should try this, and he had a open bottle in the back there to try, to sample, and oh my god, was it ever good. Bought it immediately. It's from the Philippines. My brother-in-law is from the Philippines. He's from Laguna. When the kids were little, it was Auntie Kathy Tita and then Uncle Chris Tito, but they heard Auntie Kathy and then Tita, so it's Auntie Kathy and Tita Chris. And my brother-in-law Edmund's like, no, it's Tita Kathy, Tito Chris. No, Daddy, it's Auntie Kathy, Tita Chris. So they're in their 20s and I'm still Tita, so it's kind of funny, kind of cute. But this is the Don Pappas rum. If you have not tried this rum, please do. You will absolutely love this rum. This is absolutely incredible. Completely blown away about how good it was. Really nice rum. This does not need to be put down because it's got a screw cap, but I got this rum many years ago. I was a pilot at Bearskin Airlines, and I think I was flying the Beach 99 at the time. I think it was in 99. Anyway, I was talking to the Newfie boys there, and I said, because we had tons of Newfoundlanders there. Some were pilots, lots were maintenance guys, and some guys loaded airplanes. And I said, what do you guys miss about the Rock? And they're like, oh, yes, my son, there, we miss the Lavasse light there. Yes, sir, my son. And I'm like, well, you guys got, they have blue light in Ontario. And he goes, oh, no, that's blue light. That's moose piss. So I was like, okay. So I bought them a 24 Lavasse light, because we can get Lavasse light in Manitoba. So next time I was up, brought up a 24 Lavasse light. And they were so excited, they couldn't believe it. And they wanted me to drink it with them. I said, no, I can get this anytime. They said, well, my son, there, we got to screech you in there. Yes, boy, we got to screech you in there, my son. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we did the whole screeching thing in, and then you're supposed to kiss a codfish. And they're like, well, you got to kiss a codfish there, but we don't got one there, but we got Jen. She's just as ugly as one. And Jen was almost 7 feet tall. She's about 6'7", 6'8", about 400 pounds. and salt of the earth. I absolutely loved Jen. She was one of our baggage handlers there, and first time I met her, she didn't even need a ladder or anything like that to come up to the airplane. And this is when I was on the plot. I was still in 99. She came up and she goes, got an envelope, they're going to Thunder Bay there. And I'm like, what? Yes, but you're going to Thunder Bay, you got an envelope. And I'm like, what? And then Mo is like, oh, she wants to know if you're going to Thunder Bay. She has an envelope for you. Yeah, envelope. What the hell's a envelope? But anyway, so she picked me right up off the ground and planted a big one on me. And then they screeched me in. And this is the bottle they gave me. So this is a really kind of a special bottle to me. So you can see I haven't opened it up yet. I was hoping I could meet up with the Newfie boys again, but I don't even know how to get a hold of those guys. But what a good group of friends. Oh my gosh. We had the best time together. We were always hanging out, doing stuff. And I remember one time I was on the Pilatus and we're pushing back, and Buddy's car, he came in and it was all bent and it was smoking, and it's very, very clear that he'd hit something. And he gets out and he's all in just in a big tizzy, and he's like, Lord Thunder and Jesus, my son, there, I hit a moose up the road there. You got to get in the milk truck there before someone else gets me killed. and they all just, I said, you guys can go push our back ourselves, don't worry about it. And they all jumped in the work truck and away they went. And what he was all upset about was he'd hit a moose with his car, and he was worried that someone else was going to get his kill. And he was crazy enough to probably just run into the moose himself. Like, they were nuts, but they were like the best guys ever. Just absolutely loved the Newfie boys and the Newfie girls. One of them came back, she brought me a bottle of Newfie Duck back. Like, I had the best relationship with them, and they were such good people. I really, really, really liked them a lot. This one here, it is a, where's this one from? I cannot see. Anyway, this is the 1888. Yeah, very nice rum too. And I've got some plain Jane ones here too, like the Bacardi 8s. I got these ones here going through, this was a long time ago. We're coming back through the border and picked these up for duty free. So both the next two bottles here of the Bacardi 8 are duty free bottles, just because I really like Bacardi 8. It's really, really, really good rum, and mixes really well with Pepsi. Like, tastes amazing with Pepsi. But I try not to mix my drinks anymore, but the Bacardi 8 is a really, really, really good mixing drink. Tastes really great on its own though. This one here, this just kind of slides out like that, and then there's the Bacardi 8 bottle in there. It's kind of a cool little presentation. But yeah, both of those ones are duty-free bottles. This one here, this is a really, really nice bottle. El Pasador de Oro. This is an XO rum. And you can see, like, I tried this at the LC once out in Garden City when I was out there, and Buddy there had an open bottle behind the bar, and immediately bought it. Like, immediately. It was so good. You can see here, like, don't do what I did. You can see the stain there. What I had done was to like, because I was being really smart, and you can see that this bottle has not been opened. I had it laying down like this on top of it just to save some space. Well, the goddamn thing must have leaked somehow, and you can see that the angel share now is gone, and I've got, it's just on the box, so it doesn't really matter. But my brother-in-law brought this back from me from Cuba one year, and I haven't had a chance to try it yet, but I'm gonna have to open it up now and give it a shot, because I'm not sure how good it is if it's been leaking. And so now it's been oxidized, but who knows, it could be really, really, really good inside there now, because it's opened itself up. But you can see here the shape of this bottle, and the shape of this one here. This is just kind of a my father-in-law had this sitting in his bar before they moved out to their apartment, and he was just getting rid of a bunch of stuff, but he gave this to me. But you can see the shape of that there as well, and then this one here too. This is another bottle that my brother-in-law brought back to me from Cuba. And you can see it's got the same kind of shape. Well, these harken back to Prohibition days, when down in the States it was illegal to to have booze and stuff like that. So, but in Canada we didn't have Prohibition. So a lot of the Americans were coming down up to Canada, and a lot of Canadians were going down to the States, and they were running booze down there during Prohibition, and they found all different kinds of ways of hiding it. But this was a really popular way here, and you can see this shape here. This is the shape. I'm sure you've heard of the term bootlegger, right? Well, this is what they used to do. You can see this is the shape here that would go down inside your boot, and it would go up against your shin. So this is your leg here, and you put it down inside your boot, and it just sat like that. And they would sneak it in that way, and that's where the term bootlegger comes from. But these are bootlegger shaped bottles, so kind of cool. These ones don't need to be tipped over, so I will just put them down here like that. This one here, I got this one here. This one comes from the east coast of Canada, kind of close to Halifax, and a place called Lunenburg. And this is the Ironworks rum. This is as black as it gets, and this is really good. I've got a bottle of this opened, and when I do a review of it, I will 100% be sure to share this with you, because you guys need to try this. And it's the coolest story ever on how they make this rum. They have this tall ship, and like an old pirate ship, like an old tall ship, and they've sunk it into the cold Atlantic Ocean, and then they take their rum barrels and they age them in the sunken tall ship in the Atlantic Ocean. It is so cool. And they say the temperature doesn't really change too much down there either. So it's very, very, very constant, but it's really, really cool. And that rum is absolutely incredible. This rum here, this comes from Antigua. It's called English Harbor. My dad kind of turned me on to it. It's a 5-year-old Antiguan rum. Really nice. I've had it straight a couple of times, back before I started drinking stuff straight, just to try it. And it was really, really nice. But I used to mix it all the time with like Pepsi or Coke, and it was amazing. But I've had some. I got another bottle here in the bar that's opened, and I've tried it straight on its own, and boy, is it ever nice. Really, really, really nice. Same with this one here. This is really nice. This is the Diplomatico, and this is the Reserva Diplomatico. This goes really good with cigars. Like any of these rums here would go really, really, really good with pretty much any cigar that I can think of. You could pair quite easily with a rum, and this goes really good with rum. With cigars. A buddy of mine, he came over to my place one time and he brought a bottle of rum. We never got into it because we got into a whole bunch of other things, mostly whiskey, but it was really nice that he brought it. And it's just Captain Morgan's original spiced rum. But this is really nice, just a really good mixing rum, like a really, really good mixing rum. I've never tried it straight, but I've had this many, many, many times with Pepsi or Coke, and it's fantastic. And in cocktails as well. I've made a lot of different cocktails with it. See here, this one. Okay. There's this one here. This is the Havana Club. This is a 7-year-old rum. This is really good, just on its own. I mean, you can mix it or make cocktails with it, but I really enjoy this one here just on its own. Like, it is really, really, really nice. A friend of mine, he came over on my birthday this year, and his family came over. They're really, really close friends of ours. His name is Vebo Varma. Really, really, really nice guy. Comes from an incredible family. We're super close friends of ours, and we had them over for my birthday, and they were just down in Cuba, and Vebo was so kind and so thoughtful that he knew that I liked rum. He brought me a bottle of the Cuban Smoky Havana Club, and you can see that we got into it pretty good that night. This is amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. Really, really, really nice, and even better because my friend, a good friend of mine, brought it over and was so thoughtful. Yeah, but it's nice. It's really, really nice rum, and very, very, very much appreciated. Here's another one here. This is the Havana Club Reserva. So the Reserva and the 7-year-old, they went on sale here in Winnipeg probably about 2 years ago. So I jumped on those ones to pick them up. So I really like the Havana Club rums. They go really good with cigars, but they're really, really, really good on their own. Here's another bottle here that a buddy of mine, he gave me. I used to sell them a lot when I was clearing out a lot of my comic books. He bought quite a few of them, and he gave me a really nice bottle of scotch that I'll show you. It's in my other cellar, so I'll bring that out when we get to that. But then he gave me this here too, this Caribbean Soul Skiro rum, and he says, I'm not a big drinker, and I picked this up down when he was down, I think in, well, it was Barbados rum, but I'm not sure if, I know he's got a place down in Arizona, so I'm not sure if I picked it up there or when he was down actually in Barbados. But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that one. I have never tried that one before. This is another bottle a buddy of mine came over. They came over for some drinks, and he brought this and then left it. We never did get into it. So this is Cellar Jerry spiced rum. Really nice mixing rum. I've never really had this on its own, but I've had this many, many, many times mixed in cocktails and with rum and coke, and it's really nice. Like, really, really nice stuff. This one here I have not tried. I've had it probably for about maybe 5 or 6 years. This is the Kanashi rum, the XO. I've heard really good things about it. I'm pretty sure I probably got it when it was on sale, but it has gone up like crazy in value since I bought it. But I heard it's supposed to be really, really, really quite nice. So, yeah. Or did I get this here at the LC, or did I pick this up when I was down in Florida? You know, I think this is one I picked up in Florida. Let's see here. Yeah, no French on it. So yeah, this is a Florida rum. So I picked this one up when I was down in Florida, down in Miami or Fort Lauderdale or something like that. This is Mount Gay rum. It's a Barbados rum. This is really, really, really nice. I got it because it was on sale here in Winnipeg, but I also got it because, you know, my mom and dad, when we were kids, they used to go to Barbados all the time. Like, quite often they would take off for a winter retreat with a bunch of their friends, and they would go down to Barbados, and Dad would always bring back the Barbados rum. And I was little, and I would get some sips of the rum and coke, you know, from my dad when I was just little, you know, just like a little, like a minute half a sip, but boy, I felt like a big kid. But then when I got older, Dad always had the Mount Gay rum there, because he was, you know, Mom and Dad would go down and hang out in Barbados. And my father was a pilot with Canadian Airlines, so he was always down in Barbados on trips, and he would go down, say, on a Monday, and he would be down there until, say, Friday, operate out of Barbados on, say, Wednesday, back and forth to Toronto, and then down there again. So he's on these charters, so he had some quite nice long trips. They don't do that anymore, which is unfortunate, because we never did that with Air Canada. but Canadian Airlines did, and Dad would always be sure to bring back this Barbados rum. And by that time, I was 18, 19, 20-year-old kid, and my dad and I would enjoy some Barbados rum together. So it's kind of got a special place in my heart. So I'll always have a bottle of Barbados Mount Gay rum in my cellar, just because of that. These ones here, a buddy of mine, I did a shoot for him. He owns a big resort out in the lakes there, and I went out and shot it all for him, and didn't charge him because he's a good friend of mine. But he said, well, I got to get you something. I said, don't worry about it ever. It's fine. Like, we're friends. We do this kind of stuff. So he was really nice. He offered me a spot there if I wanted to bring up a trailer and put it there, and then Kathy and Ray and I could have a spot there, because he was running out really quickly. But we never ended up doing that. Because we just never had the time to really kind of put into it and to really enjoy it and everything. But I really did appreciate that. But anyway, he brought me this bottle here, this Florida Cana rum, this 12-year-old rum, and dropped it off here for me just as a way of saying thank you. So I said, you didn't have to do that at all. I mean, what kind of friend are you if you can't come out and spend some time with them? And it's just my time. It's not costing me anything to go out and shoot. I'm just, and I'm enjoying spending some time with a friend. But he was like, no, I want to get you something. So I said, oh, okay, well, that's fine. And then I picked this one up here a while ago, probably a year and a half ago, maybe. It was on sale again, but this is the Florida Cana 18-year-old, and it was on for a really good deal. So I thought, well, I'm totally going to pick that up. And I believe I have had a sample of the 18-year-old in the past, and it's really, really, really nice. So super happy to get that, and even happier to get it on sale. This one here came out at the LC, and this is a very, very, very limited release, and they sold out within probably 2 days. And this is the Casa Mestria, and it comes in this really cool flask. It's like a bootlegger flask, and apparently the rum is supposed to be really quite nice inside there too. So I thought, well, why not? Like, it's a cool, I don't know, it just looks cool. So even if it's absolutely terrible, I'll probably still like it, but I haven't opened it yet. So rum from Veracruz. It's just really, really, really interesting. So I thought, well, I'll totally pick up a bottle of that. And I thought, well, maybe I'll get another one here, one to have, and then one to open and one to kind of keep. But they sold out right away, so that was the end of that. So I was really happy to have gotten a bottle of it when I did. And it was our PC, actually. She knew that I like rum and whiskey and stuff. So when I went in there, and I was in there with my son, and she goes, oh, Chris, you got to come see this. This is really, really cool. I think you really, really like this. And she showed it to me, and I'm like, oh my God, yeah, thank you. And she goes, this has been sounding like crazy, so if you want one, I would get one now. So I did, and then I think I went back the next day, and they were all gone. So I was happy to get that one. And this is Plantation, the Grand Reserva. I've had this before. This is Barbados rum, and it's actually really, really, really quite nice rum. So, and again, it was on sale, so that was even better. Let's see here. This guy here, this is the El Dorado 5-year-old. I've had the 21-year-old, and it was really nice. I heard the 5 is supposed to even be a lot more flavors to it than the 21. And the 21 was really nice. I just finished that bottle off a little while ago. My wife got it for me a few years ago for my birthday. And so when I saw this on sale, I had to pick it up. And yeah, it's a nice rum. This one here, this is probably my 4th bottle of this. This is the Ron Zacapa rum. It's a 23-year-old rum. It's one of my absolute favorite rums of all time. But it has since fallen out of favor with me because I was picking it up for a 23-year-old bottle of rum for about $71 at the LC. Now it's over 100, so it's jumped $30 in about a year and a half. So this is my last bottle, and I'm not going to spend over $100 for a bottle of rum, or for Ron's Zacapa rum, and I know it's worth it. I 100% know it's worth the $100. But because I was buying like 4 bottles at like $70, I'm not spending an extra $30 for another bottle. They said that this thing here, this wrap around it, it's supposed to bring luck or something like that. Like it's a spiritual type of thing or whatever that they have down there. And so they put this wrap down around it, which is kind of cool. But boy, is this ever nice rum. This Ron Zacapa rum, quite easily one of the best rums I've ever had in my life. I love it. I love everything about it, and that's why I haven't opened this bottle yet, because I just like $30 in under a year it's gone up. Like and it went from like $71 to $94, and now it's like $104, $105. Like it's crazy. I just have a hard time with that. This is really nice. I've had this before, and this was really well priced. I believe I even got it on sale. The Ron Mausoleum rum, the Grand Reserva, and it's a 23-year-old as well. It's really, really, really good, and it's up there kind of on par with Ron Zacapa, but I think Ron's is a little better. But I don't know, like I'd have to try them side by side, because I haven't done that yet. But this is incredible. Like this is really, 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 really nice rum. Like really nice rum. If you haven't tried any one of these, do yourself a favor and go and get a bottle of each one of these. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. My wife wants to go for a walk here, so almost done here anyway. So that's all right. My buddy Dan and I, we went out for a booze cruise to Calgary 2 years ago, and we went into this one place, and this is it was called Romeo, and they have rum there. I believe now they have their first whiskey available. But this is we were there and we were trying some of the stuff out, and this is really, 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 really nice, nice rum. Really nice rum. This is their dark rum. And then we got the guy to sign it for us, and you can see here their moniker is the Raven. Did he sign this bottle here or not? For me, he might not have signed this one. No, I don't think so. But I know he signed this one here, and this is the 40th anniversary. This is their spiced rum. This is really, really, really nice too. There you go. And then there's his signature there. And this, this is the rum here they brought out for the 40th anniversary of like Carafest or something like that. And it is really, really, really nice rum. This one here I picked up. I got this on our booze cruise with Dan to Calgary 2 years ago. I got this at BSW. They didn't have it on their website as of being available, but when we went in there, they had some available. So I grabbed a bottle as fast as I could. But this is a Blackwell 007 James Bond rum. I should have got 2 bottles. I wasn't even thinking. I should have got one to open and one just to keep. So I'm not sure if I will ever open this. I'm not 100% sure. because I'm a massively huge James Bond fan. And yeah, I'm not sure. And last one here I've got, quite a few years ago, my buddy, well, my brother-in-law would come over, and another good friend of ours would come over, and so this bottle here that I got, my brother-in-law and I, George, we would hang out with our other buddy Dennis, and once a month we used to kind of just nerd out. We'd go to comic book stores, we'd go to the toy stores, we'd look around, we'd go to the arcade, and we had a really fun time. And it was our monthly thing. Dennis now lives out in Toronto, so we don't ever see him, unfortunately. But and then we come back to my place or George's place or Dennis's place, and then we'd order pizza and sit around and play video games or watch movies all night. And we'd go to 5 in the morning kind of thing, and then we'd have some drinks. So one of the last times we did this before Dennis moved, he came over, the whole thing, and Dennis bought a bottle of rum. We never did get into this rum because we got into a whole bunch of other rums that I had, but he left it here. And I still haven't opened it yet, and they've pulled it off the shelf years and years and years and years ago. So I don't know if I'm gonna sell it or keep it or whatever, but it's and I don't know if it's any good or not, but it's the Ron Jeremy rum. It's when Ron Jeremy had his own brand of rum out. So really kind of interesting. And he brought it over as a total joke, like, hey, look what I got. And we're like, oh, no way, that's really cool. And we didn't even know it was a thing. And Dennis, of course, was able to find it. And yeah, so it's been sitting in my cellar ever since, and it hasn't been touched. It's just been, every year I lay it down like that and for a few minutes and then bring it back up. So it's, yeah, so it's got a bottle of Ron Jeremy rum. But like I said, I don't know if it's good or not, but it's interesting. It's a piece of history, I guess. And but yeah, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it. So anyway, that's all the rum that I have here. And the next one is shelf number 5, and that's kind of my overflow section. So I've got doubles of different boozes in there, whether rums or whiskeys or whatever, or scotches, and then other ones that I can't fit on any of those particular shelves anymore. Like I'm not going to put a bottle of say Isla Scotch in the Canadian section. That's just all for Canadian, right? And vice versa. So it kind of just goes into the overflow. So that's the next one we will be doing. So some of it you've already seen before, and some will be definitely new to you. So so stay tuned for that. Appreciate you guys watching. I really truly do. I know this has been a long video, but figured this maintenance needed to be done, and I thought, well, I'll take you along for the journey. And I don't know if anybody's going to watch it or not, but if you have, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe, and share this with anybody that you think you would find value in it. When we open these bottles, I will be sure to make sure that you guys get a 2-ounce dram bottle in it. And like my cigars, when we do the review of the cigars, I put a cigar into a humidor, and when that humidor is full, I ship that out to one of my subscribers. And it'll be the same thing with this. Once we'll try a bottle of something, I'll dram out a 2-ounce bottle of it, put it into a little box. Once that box is full of 2-ounce drams, then I'll draw a name of one of my subscribers and send it out to you. So yeah, so thanks again. Appreciate everything, everybody. Please like and subscribe. Have yourself a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.